Aloha, beautiful souls. Are you ready? Are you truly prepared for what's coming right around the corner? Right? This new normal ain't gonna last, right? The Matrix is not going to stop. They're going to keep us locked in that cage. They're going to keep trying. They're going to keep a new variant, a new this, a new that. Meanwhile, 5D is waiting right here within you, within the heart, the Atman. Are you ready? It's time to access this. It's time to go to that new earth. It's time to manifest right now. Are you ready? Let me know. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Aloha. Namaste. Connecting with each and every one of you. Beautiful souls. This is it. We have to prepare right now. Okay, emotionally. Right? Get your emotions to the point where you can handle these changes that we all have to face right now. Okay, whether it's your friends, family members making decisions to get the you know what, or whether it's you going deeper into these states as this fear spreads like wildfire. Okay, this is happening. Make no mistake. All right, now none of this has to overwhelm your senses if you're storing information in 5D, if you're truly locked into 5D. You see, you have to put your energy towards that. Otherwise, it will not come back and serve you. It won't come back. So the only way to really understand this is what they do, right? The tactics that the Matrix and the marketing and the vocabulary, just as the new normal, right? They want you to understand that you have to do this for the collective. They want you to understand that everybody is going to do this together, when all actuality, this is happening because it's somebody's agenda, it's somebody's mission, somebody's profit margin, right? And not one round, not two rounds, but now 3 rounds, okay, of this chemical warfare is now required for you to get fully indoctrinated. All right, so meanwhile, people are going through this, right? This is their own free will. Okay, now as mankind, right, gets enslaved more and more and more and goes down that rabbit hole, right, unconsciously, unwillingly, right, the few, the chosen ones, the light, the star seeds, the light workers, the people that are waking up right now, right, have to really pull all the tools off the tool belt and take action now. That is what is required right now. That fear will spread. That fear will contaminate every part of your being unless you are tied to 5D, unless you are truly rooted in 5D. Right now, more than ever, we're being tested. Okay, we have to prepare. Okay, emotionally, that's step 1. Wrap your head around that this isn't going to be normal any longer. This isn't going to be anything like it used to be, right? In fact, this pandemic pushed us even further into this digital age, this artificial intelligence, this AI consciousness, which is already inevitable. You see, that's what's happening. This Matrix agenda is just pushing us further and further in that direction. And the honesty, and all honesty, there's not anything that you can do about it. I'm being real. I'm not trying to sugarcoat this for you. You can't stop it. You know what you can do, though? What you can focus your energy on, what you can take all of that frustration, all of that angst, channel it right here in the heart. Because when this gets purified, when your kundalini opens up, when your third eye opens, you see all for what it truly is. That is our mission right now. That is the task right now as we begin to really contemplate this idea of New Earth, of 5D, of this matrix-free world. Right? Because those are your options, right? That's it. We can't lend help to anybody. You have to focus on yourself right now. Once your mind has been wrapped around this idea that you have to prepare, okay, step 1 is taking action, right? Now you have the emotional grounding, right? You have the emotional ability to really understand that there is change. Okay, now step 2 is getting into that idea that what is it going to take? What is it truly going to take to create New Earth, to stay into 5D, instead of just tapping into it momentarily. right? Because you might be tasting it right now. You might be having the idea. You might be seeing the light. However, are you truly living it and experiencing it to the point where you're sharing it with others? You see, that's the key here. Because first you have to learn how to do it yourself, right? Heal your own emotions, heal your own physical body, step into the light, right? And then it becomes contagious, and other people can now transform their lives because of just that, the light. Now, type it in. Type it in for me right now. Have you felt it? Let me know where you're at. I have felt it. I have felt the light, right? Let me know where you're at. Is this just a bunch of phony words? Like, am I just talking, nonsense here? Let me know right here in the comment section. Let me know. I have felt the light. Type it in real quick. If you haven't felt it, then please don't type it in. Don't be fake, all right? Don't just pretend, all right? Because this is for people that want to be sincere, want to be authentic, want to be true, because there's no more playing around. There's no more fake it till you make it, right? None of this is going to work anymore in 5D. It might have worked in the old paradigm, right? It might have worked in that comfort zone that you had. Now we have to go beyond it, right? And really embody that frequency, embody that 5D, embody that new earth. And this is what you need to prepare yourself for, all right? All the misconceptions are coming to the surface right now. 5D is not about this light and love, unicorn, rainbows everywhere type of vision. This is the brainwashing that comes from Hollywood. This is the problem that we got ourselves in the first place. All right. The true work that needs to be done is healing the shadow, right? Uncovering the unconscious, right? Going deep into that realm that is you and experiencing that light, experiencing that higher consciousness, which comes from the soul self. The higher self needs to be turned on. Once that has been done, then we can move forward into what we would call higher consciousness and Kundalini and getting the third eye open, where you can perceive beyond the illusion from the matrix. Okay, that is what you need to prepare yourself for, right? Because we've all had our dependencies from the matrix in the past, right? Because they're creating this new normal, and they're going to create an entirely new economic system. They're going to create an entirely new food system, right? They're going to recreate an entire new life as more sheep go into the corral, because that's what they have to offer, right? More technology, right? More artificial intelligence, faster Wi-Fi, 5G, right? All of these things, right, are not just about convenience. It's about control. So when you have that realization and you start connecting these dots, right, and you start saying no to the GMO foods, and you start getting alkaline, and you start purifying your body, and the light bulb starts to turn on, it gets brighter and brighter and brighter, to the point where you won't be able to turn off that light. You won't be able to really do anything at that point, because you just are. That's what 5D is about. You are the light. You are embodying it. There's no more wanting. There's no more seeking anymore, because you are it. You've realized that now. That's what we need to prepare for, is this sensation of not going back to the matrix, not going back to the Babylon jungle, the old dependencies, the comforts, right, that they've created, the programming of all of this. This is a completely different world that is no longer rooted in any form of reality that is real. It is not nature. It is artificial. So that is the real question that you have to ask yourself right now. Which world do you want to be a part of? Because the change is inevitable. What is coming right in the next 10, 20 years even is full AI interconnection, uploading your consciousness, right? Checking it on your phone, or better yet, even from your wrist, right? You don't even need an Apple Watch, because you can just swipe right on your wrist directly. You'll be surrounded by LCD screens and RFID chips and interconnected to your Spotify account, to where all you have to do is think about that song and you're going to be hearing it without the headphones. There is no wires. We've gone beyond Bluetooth into a completely synchronized AI world. We're already there, in my belief. Now, what are you going to do to really hold true as far as the natural world, as far as what exactly is natural? Right? Even that word itself, nature, what does that even mean? Are we talking about just sticks and stones? Primates? No. We're talking about real natural water, right? Cleansing food, real high vibrational food that is very, very simple, right? These concepts have been overlooked time and time again. Now, What are we going to do to circle back to those simple concepts, to circle back to what truly works, right? Because they're not going to stop me, right? They're going to try to slow these live streams down. They're going to throw my content. They're going to cancel the videos. That's what we live in, the cancel culture, right? They can't cancel 5D, right? They can't. Type it in right now if you agree with me, right? They can't cancel 5D. Type it in right now if you truly believe it. Do you agree with me? They can't cancel 5D. They can't do it. Right? Now, if you're typing it in, if you're typing it in right now and you truly believe it, then that intention, the universe, this multiverse energy is going to back it up. Right? They can't cancel it. This is the light warriors. This is the army, the star seeds, the chosen ones, the 144,000 coming together, right, to truly embody this and to spread the light so fast that the darkness just goes out like a candle. And that's it. Done. They can't cancel 5D. They can't cancel this great awakening. They can't cancel the light that's coming from my body, emanating from my soul self. How about you? Where you stand, right? Where are you at on this position? Where are you when that decision needs to be made? Everything that we're doing right now is either preparing yourself for this 5D. Every cell in your body, every thought that come across your mind is either anchoring you and rooting you deeper into 5D, or it's pulling you down into that duality consciousness coming from 3D and the agenda. It's just it. That's it. That's it. Very simple. I'm here to be a testament to tell you that 5D is worth it and that you have to go for it, and you have to prepare yourself on all levels, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Otherwise, this is going to pass you by. That's it. We all remember what happened in 2012, December 21st. We all know what happened in these continual portals that have been opened, right? As time and time goes on through this linear system, these portals are going to get bigger. These opportunities to tap into this consciousness are going to increase, and the matrix is going to create even more power and even more opportunities to pull people back. And we can't let it happen. We have to hold strong right now. We have to. Because if we don't, there won't be any nature left. If we don't, there won't be anybody left to root us into that 5D, because there will only be the matrix and the artificial world. There will no be anything less for us to save. Okay, so that's why the timing of this is eminent, right? They are creating this artificial world to the point where nobody can stop it. Okay, that's why I want you to bring all that energy within, all of it. Channel this energy within, because when you unblock your chakras, when your third eye is open, that's the true solution here. Right? This isn't going to happen in the political field. It's not like some new law is going to be made to free everybody and we're all going to have this revolution and uprising, and it's just not going to happen that way. That's how the news and this fake media want it to play out. It's not going to happen that way. Remember this. The revolution will not be televised. Remember this. Especially in this world that we live in, this artificial world. This is already happening. This is already happening. Right? So then make no mistake that this agenda has already been played out. We are just experiencing the outcome of it right now. That's it. The sheer outcome of it. So the more we tap into this higher consciousness, the more that we unlock, right? The Merkaba, the Kundalini, right? We tap into Yeshua, right? Krishna, all of this. The more we get into Yahweh, Jah, whatever you want to call these traditions, these mystical arts, okay? This is the solution. This is what they can't win. This is what they can't recreate. You see, they can't do it because they already know through the CIA, the declassified documents, through aliens, they know all of this kind of stuff, right? They can't recreate that. Therefore, they're going to try some other way in order to dampen the light, right? To cover it up, right? They don't want you to be awake. They don't want your third eye open. They don't want you astral projecting and knowing your future and having psychic abilities and living in tune with nature and growing your own food. That is the most dangerous person right now, and that will ever be. That family, that man that is growing their own food, that is supplying everything that they need in a matrix free way, in a government free way. No political presence needed whatsoever. No currencies needed. The only currency I got is love. That's it. Type it in if you agree with me right here. My currency is love. That's it. That's how I exchange energy. That's how I spend my money, my time, right? My currency is love. Type it in. If you have it, if you got a lot of love in the bank, right? If you got all this love and you're so 5D, right? That is your number one currency. That is the thing that you should be spending and exchanging right now more than ever. That's it. My currency is love. That's it. That's how you prepare for this. That's how you get in tune with it, because when you're living that 5D, there is no fear. Think of it like that. 3D is the matrix and duality trapping you back into that idea that there is darkness and that the light can never prevail. When you're so 5D that the fear doesn't even penetrate you. It's like you have this huge Merkaba shield that's activated, right? Spinning constantly, and everything is just backfiring you like a ping pong, right? I'm rubber, you're glue, you know? It's just going to stick on them. Don't worry about it. All of this is up to you, right? Your own free will, your own connection to source, your own connection to that higher consciousness, your own belief system, your own technique to tap into this. That's what every single man, woman, and child is doing right now on this planet, whether they realize it or not. Like I said, you're either preparing for this, right? Or you're getting sucked into their idea of what the new normal is. You're getting sucked into the matrix. You're getting deeper into their projection of that agenda playing out of who they want you to be rather than who you already are. There's no convincing the spirit that it is light because it is emanating light 24/7. There's only convincing the spirit that it is less than. Therefore, the brainwashing and programming has already happened. Now the unschooling begins. Now the deprogramming begins, right? With every sip. Cheers to you going deeper, shout out to everybody to expanding their cup, doing the work, detoxing, right? From the matrix water, from the matrix food, from the matrix and their agenda, and ripping every particle, right, that they've implanted in you. Rip it out of your system. You don't need that. All right. Purify yourself, cleanse. All right. When you do this, this is the essential preparation that we need to have for the physical body before we can enter the light. Cheers to this. And this process will not stop. That's what I'm trying to tell you. As long as you have a physical form, this process does not stop because the matrix isn't stopping, right? They're going to continue to do what they do, pull more sheep into the crowd, spread more fear, more darkness, right? That's not going to stop. Therefore, you can't stop. You can't stop being the light. You can't stop emanating this love and being 5D. You can't stop. Right? Because even the thought of you quitting or the thought of you giving into it is them winning. Right? It's succumbing to that lower vibration, going deeper to their level instead of letting them rise up to where you're at. Because remember, it's all love. It's all one in that spiritual kingdom, in that dimension that is 5D. That's what we're doing right now, is building that kingdom, right? Building that new earth to the point where the matrix has no power here, right? That's what this is. Do you agree with me? Type it in. The matrix has no power here. Type it in for me right now if you resonate with this. The matrix has no power here. When you use these words, let it be your mantra, right? Let this be your intention as you go into nature, as you're building this new earth, as you're collecting souls, as you're manifesting this heart-centered consciousness that we call heaven. It's happening, right? It's not up in the sky. It's not some hell kingdom down below. None of this is real. The true kingdom is right here on earth. Make no mistake of that. We don't get to do this over again. We're not going to go to some other planet and do the Etch-a-Sketch and just start drawing a new platform and making some beautiful city on some other planet like Mars. That's what the Matrix wants you to believe. They want you to think that this place is so toxic that you have to prepare yourself and depend on their food, their water, their oxygen, right? When all actuality is you don't need any of that. All you need is Pachamama, your true mother, right? She's right here below your feet. She'll always protect you. She'll always guide you. She'll always lead you to where you are supposed to be. That's this energy that you have right below your feet, connecting you 24/7 to that source, or you are disconnected and playing out this artificial agenda. That's it. Those are the options. Now, when your third eye is open, when you've unlocked it, when you see beyond this illusion, right? You start waking up deeper and deeper, going down that rabbit hole. You realize, wow, all of this was created. All of this was somebody's idea, leading you into that corral, going down to that trap. And yet, how can we go back? How can we go back and undo what is done? You can't. You see, so the only thing that you can do is practice that oneness and stay into that 5D, because the more you do that, the more you're anchoring other souls to do the same. You're saying, hey, I'm here. Why don't you come with me? This is what I'm doing. Let's go meditate instead of go into that lower vibrational habit or toxic food or going through the drive-through or whatever you were doing before. You see, that old new normal, that old fantasy is gone. 5D is a utopia. This is the vision. This is the light. It's happening right now. You're either a part of it or you're battling against it. That's it. There are no other choices. Now, we have completely gone beyond what I would call a sense of common sense, right? Or even a sense of normal, or that old way of life, what I grew up in. Something as simple as going outside, riding your bike, being around people, our brothers and sisters, hugging, sharing news, sharing relationships, sharing ideas, visions, philosophy, whatever that is. That's all a thing of the past, right? We live in this toxic world where people are afraid of germs, afraid of contaminating the 6-foot radius of guidelines, mask violations, states saying no to the the jab, and chemical warfare. I mean, all of this is not going to stop. So you can entertain this idea and pretend that it's all going to go away, or you can truly embody 5D awakening, 5D heart-centered consciousness, and watch it literally vanish before your eyes, because you now know that that is only an option rather than what has to be. You see, the people that are stuck in that corral, that are plagued by that fear, they think that it's the only option. They don't know beyond it, right? They don't need convincing. They don't need some doctor study or scientific research or FDA approval, right? They're doing it out of the sheer force or programming that is coming from their belief system, right? And you have to let that play out. You have to. You have to let that play out, because that's on them. That's their karma, right? The only thing that you can do is focus on you. Bring that energy, bring that frustration, bring that angst, right? Because I know that you care. I'm not telling you to not care about these people. What I'm saying is you have to draw that line and say, hey, why don't you come to the light? Because I cannot lower my vibration any longer. I can no longer be the enabler and entertain the idea of you constantly violating yourself. I have to be that anchor for you to come to me now. That's what this is all about. That's what you need to prepare yourself for. That's why your emotions need to be checked, right? Your physical body needs to be healthy. Your immune system needs to be working. As long as everything is working the way it should be according to nature, you're good. There's nothing new here, right? I got nothing to sell. It's not about taking extra vitamin C or extra this or whatever. Trust nature. That's it. Let me know right now in the comment section if you know what I'm talking about, right? Do you trust nature? Type it in. I trust nature, right? That's it. Because you either trust nature or you trust the artificial chemical matrix world. That's it. Those are your simple options. And that's the real fantasy. That's the real idea. I see this play out all the time. When that person's going to the doctor and going through the corral and going to the specialist or whatever it might be, you're trusting the chemicals. You're trusting this idea that chemicals are better than nature, right? Now, the truth is we are nature. You're not chemical. You're not artificial. That nature, that element, that sky, that star, that tree over there, that plant behind me, this beautiful holy basil tulsi, like I am this, like I am all of it, right? I am the energy, right? I am nature. I am love. I am it all. We are everything. That is you, and I am it, and you are me. Hello, my divine reflection. Once you start seeing these synchronicities, that light bulb goes on, right? That's how you know you've been fully anchored into 5D. The ringing in your ears, right? The angel numbers, this is just the beginning, right? You have fully prepared yourself for this 5D when you start actually experiencing that oneness, when you can no longer understand what time is. You don't even know what day it is, honestly. You have no concept of what the matrix has to offer whatsoever, because you are so excited about 5D and the nature-based life that you're already living. You see, because once you're living it, there is nothing to entertain. Once you're so high vibe, you don't understand that nothing can phase you. You don't need it. You don't need what they got to offer, right? It doesn't matter what drink they come up with next, or what cocktail, what chemical, what jab, whatever, right? I don't need it in my body, right? I don't need it in my community. I don't need it in my psyche. I don't even need it in my thought process. You see, because this is all energy. This is all us really anchoring to this idea, right? Again, that nature is the almighty, right? And all we have to do is trust Pachamama, trust that multiverse, trust the fact that we are literally made up of the stars, okay? And that's where our information, that's where our trust should always be. The second we go back into that idea that this other thing is better than nature, we've lost. Right there, we've already lost. Okay, so circle back to what is really true to you. That's how you can ultimately prepare for this, right? If you feel like you've been stuck in the matrix, take a little walk outside, tap in, it's right here. It's waiting for you. It's right behind me. Right? We're in it. I'm in it. I'm grounded. We're doing it. We're rooted, right? I'm not wearing shoes. Every opportunity, every moment of your life is an opportunity to connect, right? Or it's a chance to be separate, right? That 3D is pulling you apart, creating the duality, creating the division itself, right? Divide and conquer. There's enough division out there. There's enough racism. There's enough hate. There's enough pulling and tugging in all of these directions already out there. The real solution is that oneness, the glue, right? That brings us all together. That big universal hug, right? That we're all doing right now, right? When we come together like this, when we're live, when we're really feeling the energy, when we're tapping into this is the solution right here, baby. Big hug to each and every one of you. Because that's what it takes. Every time you're here, when you're sharing the videos, you're sharing the content, you're anchoring to it, you're spreading the light. That's the real solution, right? No more defending, no more blaming. The only preparation is you no longer sweeping those problems under the rug, no longer saying, this is going to happen when I do it next year, or when I meet her, or when I meet him, or when I get that new job, whatever that situation might be. Take action now. That's what the real preparation is about. You know why? Because they're going to preach some new normal, and they're going to probably put an ad on top of this video and make you believe that this thing is happening in this other direction, right? And they're going to call it something very beautiful and try to sell you on something that is a package, right? That you can just get some good deal on, And that's just the culture we live in, right? Worldwide. And this matrix-based culture is deteriorating as we know it, right? And that's why the power shift is happening, and that's why they're tugging and pulling and trying to regain that grip on humanity right now, right? So yes, lockdowns are a part of their new normal, right? Restrictions of social distancing, restaurants, groceries, toilet paper, all of that is just the beginning. Honestly, it's laughable to me because that's where we're at, honestly, as a consciousness, as a whole, as a society. You see, so as long as we can get beyond this, right? As long as you got toilet paper, you're good, right? I can't get beyond the fact that mankind itself has the ability to create that division over toilet paper. Okay, people, that's where we are at. So let's step into this place where we have to recognize that that's where humanity, that's where the consciousness is at right now. So the only real solution is to be so self-sufficient, so off-grid, so living your best life that there is no intention coming from the matrix. There is no anything. We don't need your food. We don't need your toilet paper. I got nature, baby. I got rainwater. I got all the abundance that I need. Let me know right here in the comment section. Just type it in. I have everything I need. Just type it in. Affirm that right now. Set that intention. I have everything I need. You see, because when you do that, you're stepping into your power. You're stepping into your oneness, getting into 5D deeper and deeper. And that 3D, right, deteriorates right in front of you. I have everything I need. That's it, right? You are trusting the universe. You're trusting nature. You're trusting the spiritual kingdom. And that is where your energy is coming from. That is where your bank check gets deposited, right? You don't need to get anything because you have everything that you need right here, right now. And sure, not all of us are 100% sustainable, right? Not all of us are 100% growing all our food. None of that matters. What matters is you're working towards those steps right here, right now. What matters is you're educating yourself every single day on how to prepare for a matrix-free world, right? What does that look like to you? That is what we need to do. What does that look like to you? What is that utopia? What is that new earth? What is that 5D new earth look like to you? Let me know, right? Are we living together, growing our own food, doing yoga, meditating, right? Drinking these beautiful elixirs together, right? Picking the fruits of our own labor, right? Or are we out here in the caste, right? In the enslavement, right? That we call the Babylon jungle, the matrix itself. We have decisions to make. We have work to do. Nobody's going to do this for us. Nobody's going to be waiting, right? The best place to start is right now, right? I don't care if you live in an apartment complex. I don't care if you're in like New York City or LA or the biggest cities in the world right now. You can start making these choices right now. I don't care how old you are, how young or old, you can start right now. I was growing food in my parents' backyard when I was 15 years old. Learning how to plant seeds, learning how to sprout, right? Learning how to do these things where you don't even need an acre. You don't even need a quarter acre. You don't need any land whatsoever because you can cultivate the skills right now. You can learn how to filter water. You can know what it takes to stockpile your food, right? Get into bulk shopping instead of going for every meal at the grocery store, right? Get into what it takes to think long-term and self-reliance instead of getting into that dependency and this Uber Eats, Amazon culture that we live in, right? Again, they're going to keep tempting you with more convenience, 5G, robot delivery, drone delivery, 5-minute knock on your door. Here's the robot, hot meal, ready to go. Here you go. Or you can go in your backyard and pick that beautiful salad, have that amazing meal right there, farm to table fresh, right? You know what that's like. I got nothing to sell you. You know what the organic movement is all about. You know what this alkaline lifestyle is all about. All you have to do is trust nature and live in tune with that energy and keep going deeper and deeper into it. That's it. That is the only requirement here and now. This is not about fear. This is about love. That's it. Love, right? That's the 5D energy is love. The 3D energy is fear. So whatever you feel right now, whether you're watching this video, whether you're listening, right? Whether you're following other people on social media, if it's not giving you that 5D love energy, then you got to let it go. You see, because we're all anchoring more and more to that. And anything else is just going to pull you back into 3D. All right. So practice discernment. This is a huge part of the preparation, is knowing that whatever your environment, right, whatever your attention is focused on, you are anchoring to that vibration. So make sure it's uplifting. Make sure it's actually anchoring you to something positive, right? Otherwise, you're going to get sucked into that fake news agenda, Instagram, social media, fake positivity, fake this, fake that, right? That's the new normal that they want you to live in, right? They want you to be into that capitalistic, crazy consumer society, or you can step into the abundance which comes from activating the soul self. So go deeper into just that. It's right here within you. There's no more searching, no more seeking, because it's all right here within you. Now, you are going to have difficulties. Yes, there's going to be challenges. This is not automatic. This is not going to just be something where you wake up in the morning and it's all going to go away and the matrix just disappear. No, you have to put in the work. You have to start doing these preliminaries right now, right? Cultivating these skills, getting into the higher consciousness, getting into what that actually means. Otherwise, we're going to slip back into the darkness, okay? Because that's what's been proven time and time again through these cycles, through these ages, okay? And all of us have to know what it's about, okay? We have to know that the real solution has always been the same solution, and that's that 5D love. Every single one of us are doing our part. Every single one of us, okay? So know that you are being guided. Know that the solution, right, is right in front of you. You got nothing to think about here. You got nothing to recreate, nothing to reinvent. This isn't about trying to figure out really anything. This is about following that guidance that is coming from your intuition, right? Coming from your higher self. Trust the fact that you were guided right here to watch this video. You clicked on it, right? You had that impression. You were here. You were guided. Now just follow that energy even more. Follow that presence. Follow that oneness, right? That 5D. What is that? What does that mean to you? Because all of us are doing it right now. Every single one of us. Now, you might have been experiencing the fear. You might have been experiencing what it's like to go into 3D, because remember, that 3D world is not going to go away. It's always going to be there. The question is, how do you operate in both, right? I'm not saying this, don't get my words twisted. It's not like 5D is there and then you're permanently in 5D and then everything else just disappears. No. That's not how this works. We live in a society where all is available, right? We are multi-dimensional, okay? So you have to do it all. You can't just do one thing. You have to do it all. So navigate all of these realms together. Navigate the 3D, the 5D, right? The 4D. How about that? How about the astral plane in between? How about 60, 70, 80? We could talk about this all day, right? Now, all of this is happening because we need to understand that the solution is you anchoring into that light. That has always been the real solution. Every single time, right? Now, all you have to do is follow that heart, follow that intuitive voice. Rosie, thank you so much for being here. Just wanted to share some comments and open up the discussion with everybody. Rosie Rodriguez, thank you so much. Definitely, my heart hurts for them as well, specifically those parents that are taking their kids to the slaughterhouse, right? Like, I just can't even fathom right now. Honestly, it is getting past any sort of common sense, past anything that we would call normal or anything in the realm of intellectual thought whatsoever in my mind, right? It's one thing when parents are making this decision. It's another when kids get forced under their own will, and it's completely unacceptable. And this is where all lines need to be drawn. This is where we need to get in tune with the real solution. And that real solution is the light. So shout out to everybody being the light right now. Shout out to everybody holding true for the kids, holding strong, for the energy right now is needed now more than ever. honestly. We have to hold true for them. We have to anchor into the light for them, because that's what this is about. It's about the future. It's about the generations, right? 5D isn't going to go anywhere. Your body, my body is going to go right back into this earth. We are immortal. We have to teach these lessons to our kids. Thank you so much for everybody being a part of this change, being a part of this awakening. I couldn't do it without you. And I know you're feeling the call. And I just want to give an explicit shout out to everybody right now answering that call, stepping in tune with the light, because that's truly what it takes. Organic Intelligence 313, the dark is in the quarantine. That's why they try to lock us down. Do you agree with this? Right? Do you think the quarantine is a part of the darkness? Do you think the quarantine and the social distancing is a part of all of their agenda? Or do you think this is a true tactic to keep people health, right? To keep the health and safety of all of us, right? Right? What is truly going on here? Think about it. Why are the lockdowns created? Why is all of this created in the first place? Right? Why is any of this happening? Right? This has nothing to do with health. This has nothing to do with nutrition, right? Nobody's talking about proper vitamin D levels, right, that you should need, the most common mineral deficiencies. No one's talking about the natural water, spring water. These very, very simple concepts are never going to be talked about, right? Again, because the Matrix wants this to happen, right? They can only profit from sick people, right? This flu variant, Delta, whatever you want to call any of this, it doesn't matter if you have the immune system. None of this truly matters. That's why you have to ignore all of the fake news, ignore everything from Fox, CNN, right? All of it, right? And focus on your higher self. Focus on what you're manifesting and what you're truly bringing to the table, because that's what we really need right now. And it's true. You know, everything that you're doing right now, it's working, right? It's true. So keep it up. You know why? You know why I know that? Because I've seen the power struggle, right? Because every time the light comes up, every single time the light comes up, what happens? The darkness, it has to retaliate. You see, they know we're here. They know the presence is strong, and they're scared. Honestly, they are scared. JT Cali, thanks for being here. Yes, they are scared. The darkness knows we are waking up. The darkness knows everything that we're doing. The darkness is watching. The Matrix is watching this live stream. They know what we're doing. They're not hiding. That's why I got to use all this code language. They're censoring my content. The only free place that I have is through my Signal app, because that's uncensored, completely private, and that's for Inner Circle members. So if you guys want to join those, we would love to have you, okay? I want you to know that there is a place for you beyond the censorship, and I have created that. So I've worked really hard to create a place beyond that, you know. The Palladians, that's right. Balder, thank you so much. This is so real. The celestial beings are here, right? This is happening. We cannot let that fuel, right? We have to be the light, right? No more conspiracy theories, you know, no more getting into their distractions, you know, that they have to offer. All we have to do is anchor deeper and deeper to the light. So we know how their plan works. That's the beauty of this, is there's nothing new here. There is nothing new. How does it work? How does it go down? You know how it works, right? Giovanna Marino, thank you so much for being here. To cause more separation. You see, that's exactly the 3D playing out. Separation is the duality and that divide and conquer mentality. Right? It's not going anywhere. It's nothing new. They've been playing this time and time again, and it's nothing new. They're going to keep trying to do the same old thing over and over and over again. Meanwhile, here we are in 5D. Here we are transmuting the light, right? Getting all of the alchemists together, all the light workers together, all the starweeds together to the point where we have New Earth, right? And now there's actually a place to go. Now there's actually unity. Now there's actually this big, cosmic, beautiful family that is New Earth, right? So shout out to everybody right now creating that New Earth. Shout out to everybody doing the work, bringing all of their intentions together, manifesting, bringing their gifts, channeling that sacred energy right here. Shout out to you. Everything is happening right now, and you have to let it play out. I know people that, especially if you're an empath, if you resonate with the word empath and you feel like you truly are a light worker, the concern for other people is there, right? I get it. I truly get it. However, you really need to let these cards play out. Okay, that is the only real solution. So Evil Eye Protection is asking, what about people's mental health, right? Is that a concern to you? Their mental health, where are they at, right? And in my honest opinion, there is no common sense. Mental health has gone completely AWOL for a reason, right? They want people sick. They want people to have no mental alertness, right? They want people to be so sick that they can't understand what is happening. Okay, so yes, the mental health is a concern, and that's why the nutrition and preparing your physical body is so important. That's why I talk about detoxing right here so much. You follow me on social media for a long time. You know I've been really into detoxification, right? Living in tune with nature, being off grid, right? Having all of this is you stepping into that light, doing those things. You, by definition, are in the matrix. You see, that's it, because you're either stuck in the city, right? Or you're out here in nature loving life. That's it. So you have access to high vibrational foods. You know how to detox. You are doing the grounding. You are doing the work, which by definition is anchoring you and rooting you deeper into 5D, which is the real solution, and how we can get more souls there instead of being trapped into 3D. That's what this is all about. And the truth is, they can't stop us. And I want every single one of you to know this, because this is happening at a rate where it is beyond all control. And we live in this culture that wants to cancel the latest political correctness or reevaluate the status quo and create a sense of new normal and rationalize social distancing and all of this stuff. And it's not going to happen in 5D. It's not going to happen on the New Earth. It will never happen. Alexis, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing. They can't cancel 5D or the positivity, right? They can't cancel it, right? Let me know if you agree with Alexis, right? I agree with you. This is happening. Type it in if you all agree. They can't, right? Type it in for me if you agree with Alexis and I, because this is happening right now, and they can't cancel 5D. So why don't start putting your energy into the things that truly matter, that they can't touch. The Matrix can't stop you from unlocking your third eye. The Matrix can't stop you from opening up your Merkaba, right? From getting in tune with this 5D energy, from detoxing, right? Because every time you have that smoothie, every time you have that elixir, right? You're stepping deeper and deeper in tune with that 5D energy, because your light body is being activated. You see, this dense material form, this physical form is the 3D. And then we have this huge expansive form that is the 5D. That's what this is all about. Vince, I love you, brother. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for all your donations. And this is happening in a way that people cannot control, honestly. I'm disappointed I'm not feeling grounded enough to overcome the toxicity in the home. My significant other refuses to have any conversation, and the uncooperative she is. Yes, and so is my 4-year-old. Yes, I feel it, brother. I feel it too. I feel the energy, the shift that is happening, right? And this is perfect example right here, brother, of how we can all go deeper, so deep into exactly this, which is unconditional love, right? You have to love them for where they're at. I know it's difficult. I know it's challenging. Right? I know you're going to get kicked and you're going to moan and groan about it because you love them so much. Trust me, I understand this. And this is why you are the chosen one, Vince. This is why you are a part of this 5D awakening. This is why you have now answered the call and you are stepping into this intention. You need to do this now more than ever for your family, honestly. And that's what this is all about, waking up, right? So yes, you have a family or friend, someone really close to you, okay, that is going deeper into that darkness. What do you do about it? What do you truly do? Do you let them slip into this darkness and practice unconditional love? Or do you go into a conditional love, which says, I only love you if you're doing what I tell you to do, right? Because you don't deserve my love unless you don't get the jab, or unless you don't do this, or talk about just higher consciousness, because I don't want to talk about your TV show or whatever low vibrational thing that you're into. You see, yes, that's the easy road, right? Right? The difficult road is actually loving them even though you know they're not making the right decision. That's the most difficult part about this, right? You know they're making the bad move. They're going deeper into the darkness, and you have to let them do it. You have to let it play out. Let the karma play out. And trust me, okay, it's not going to be easy, okay? All you have to do is focus your energy on that point in time, right? May not be tomorrow. May not be a week from now. May not even be next year. It might take 5 years. I don't even know. However, I do know that one day they will wake up and they will start asking questions, and they will come to you, Vince. They will come to you, brother, because they know that you are embodying that unconditional love and that you will accept them no matter where they're at. That's all we could use right now, right? That's what we could all agree on right here in this point in time. Doesn't matter what your belief system is. We could all use a little more acceptance, right? That's what this is it. They can't be confined, right, by that cage that they're in. Don't you understand? Their distress, their fear is spreading like wildfire, and all you have to do is show them what true love is. That's all you have to do. This dance that is happening within all of us. Again, you might not feel like you are rooted in 5D, and that's okay. You might feel like you've only had a glimpse of the awakening, and that's okay. You might feel like things are chaotic and you don't know what to do about it, and you don't even know what 5D is, and that's okay. Right? The truth is, we're all in this together. That is the real truth happening right now. Rasta Black, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you souls, beautiful souls. Thank you so much. Rasta Black is sharing in between the 4D where things are more dreamlike, when you see things for how they are, right? This is a beautiful way to describe 4D. I call it the bridge, right? This is the bridge to 5D. You will experience the astral form of yourself. You will experience this multi-personality, this multiverse that is you, right? Because you are not just physical, right? You have an astral form. You have this ethereal, this light body that needs to be activated. And when you truly activate this, that is, by definition, 4D. You have unlocked 4. Now going further into that is the 5D, where you truly master what it's like to have all of these simultaneously. You're aware of the physical body, you're aware of the astral body and the dream state and the illusion, and yet you still play in the game knowing that everything that you're doing is for the highest good of all, and you have to show up and practice unconditional love no matter what. You see, because if you get sucked back into the old way, that's you going back into the fear and duality, or you can rise up to this new identity, which is the multi-dimensional version of yourself, the soul self, which is infinite, not the physical meat suit, which is limited to just 3D. So that's congratulations, Rasta Black. That's a beautiful place to be, brother. That's a beautiful realization. Keep going deeper into this. Keep going deeper into this energy. You will feel this expression of yourself going deeper and deeper into this. Now, a lot of you are experiencing these emotions, right? You're experiencing the fatigue. You're experiencing the right way to truly navigate this realm right now. Okay, and I want you to know that you don't have to take my words for truth. I want you to be in line with your own intuition, because that's the real answer here. Is your own real intuition should be the source of everything. Vince, thank you again, brother, for the question here. Let's really go. When do you know it's time to get out of the environment? All right, your intuition will tell you. Okay, your intuition is your highest source of information. Your higher self is your highest source of information. You have to answer the call eventually. And I can be very honest and upfront with you. I had that call maybe 10 years ago, and I did not answer it right away. I was scared. I was nervous. I didn't know how to live off grid. I was very domesticated, right? Grew up in the standard American diet, grew up in the public school system. My programming was very, very black and white. And it took me many years to, understand the fact that I actually had to get out of the city, and I had to start learning how to grow my own food and cultivate these skills. I worked on a lot of different farms through my, teens, early 20s. I started getting into organics, woofing. I started traveling. I went into the depths of the unknown, right? And that's where I would advise you to go, because what's working right now isn't really working, right? This American or this consumer, it's not even American, this is a worldwide problem as far as this consumer-driven culture from the Babylon, from the city. It doesn't work. What truly works is you, right, activating this higher consciousness through the intuition, through the higher self, through the third eye. You see, that's what this is about. So, Vince, you will know at the deepest, everybody, you will know at the deepest core of your being when it's ready to move that environment. And you might not take the call to action right away, and that's okay. I want you to know that that's okay. However, right now would be a really good time to take that idea and start putting it into action. You don't have to move and be this crazy guy jungle like me and build your own house, right? However, you should start thinking about what it takes to live off grid. You should start thinking about putting some seeds in the backyard and sprouting on your windowsill if you live in an apartment, whatever it might be. You can cultivate those skills right now. This is happening right now. Everybody is experiencing this in some way, shape, or form. Okay, so I understand, and I want to let you know that it's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be this automatic thing. So take your time with this, right? Just like anything new, right? You're not going to master it overnight, and you're not going to be able to pick those fruits, right, away, right? You got to plant the seeds first. So take your time with it. Get used to the idea that maybe the grocery store won't be around tomorrow, right? What does that reality look like to you? Right? If you have any fear around that scenario, then that would be the best place to start, right? Start stockpiling a little bit of food, start having maybe 5 gallons of water at least just ready to go, at this perspective. Shrudagrad, thank you so much for being here. We have another amazing question. How to love without any expectations with your loved ones, even when they are not ready to give it back or no appreciation. I love this. I love this because this is the real testament. This is the real 5D call to action. This is the real thing all of us have to do right now. Yes, it's not for everybody. Yes, people are going to devalue your sense of love. Yes, people are not going to appreciate you. Yes, they are not going to reciprocate your love. Why? Because they can only love according to their belief, according to their vibration, right? So the simple answer here is you can't have any expectations and you can't have any attachments. That is the very simple answer. And I know that's not the answer you want to hear. That's just simple words. However, we need to take those words and put them into action. And the action says that you have to love them where they are at, period. End of discussion. Doesn't matter if they're eating McDonald's cheeseburgers and you're a raw vegan drinking smoothies 24/7. You have to love them while they eat the cheeseburger, right? You have to love them while they go into the matrix and get the jab and go into the darkest depths of the matrix and complain about their job and complain about all of this, and not even complain, but even defend the matrix and defend the political view and the agenda that is played out, right? You have to love every part of them, right? Because when you do this with consistency, you can't just do it once. You can't just fake it till you make it and then pretend that it's all going to go away and they're going to catch up to you. No, you have to prepare yourself for that day when they finally come to you, right? Like I said, it's not going to take a week. It might even take 5 years, especially for the people that are so stubborn. You have to be patient and truly embody this unconditional love. That's it. That's the only real solution. Unconditional love is always the solution. Now, for those of you that want to take your journey to the next level, if you feel this has been resonating with you, you know how to prepare, you want to learn more about anything and everything, come over to the Inner Circle group, come over to the tribe. We would love to have you. There is amazing people connecting 24/7 right over there on the stage. We have amazing souls to connect with. Join the satsang, join the community over on Signal. Again, the link is in the description of all my videos, all of the content, right? I would love to see as many people as we can in there, all right? And is what we can go into create 5D and to create this new earth, because it's happening right now. This new earth is being created right now. Shout out to everybody creating it. Shout out to everybody being the change. 5D is here. Prepare for these huge changes that are going to make the toilet paper and this last pandemic seem like nothing. Honestly, this is not going away, right? We have to anchor into that light even deeper and deeper. Okay, so shout out to everybody doing just that. And until next time, guys, infinite love, infinite peace. I'm out.